Hi guys, welcome to Neutral Sports. And Spain have beaten France 2-0 at World Cup. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You think about this, yeah? Two highly respected teams, Spain and France. Both had the best performances in the World Cup. Both the best teams, the better teams. Both people can see, oh, wow, there is a project for Spain and France. But Spain used their project better than France did today. Spain used the project of young players properly than France did. It just, with France, they didn't find the right passes. They didn't get to where they needed. Like, you look at the match. Look at the front. They played 4-2-3-1. You look at Dembele, Olise, Barcola, Mbappe, and sometimes you look up that team and you think, hey, that is a strong front four. That is a strong front four, yeah. But it wasn't strong in the pitch. Like, there was an incident. There was a game. There was a match where Dembele had the ball, long balls to Mbappe, and you're thinking, Mbappe is quick. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that there was no one there to help him, no one's there to help Mbappe, that's where the problem rised. That's where the problem began. 15-minute Mbappe could have done something. He could have had help from Barcola, Olise, someone to push the ball further so there can be a goal. But that was 3 versus 1. Mbappe is good, but he couldn't handle 3 defenders, so that's what made it weak. By the time Dembele got to the ball, it was too late. If you want to use Mbappe's pace properly, then you have to use your pace properly. You have to use the right time, because it went from Mbappe 3 versus 1. Can he do it? No, he couldn't. The penalty, it was a penalty. Ding knows it's a penalty. Kicks Yamal in the leg. He knows it's a penalty. So you look at it, similar to Kane versus Mexico. He kicked Alvarado in the leg. Not intentional, of course. There's no such thing as intentional tackles. Kicks Yamal. It's a foul. And Yarzabal is underrated, and people because people don't give credit about Yarzabal. People don't give the respect that he deserves for Spain. Spain There's something there's something in them. Yeah, there's something in them. Yeah, but people don't appreciate them. People look at the past into the present. Like you look at Fernando Torres and David Villa, two of Spain's best strikers. Yeah, and they say, okay, these guys are good players, but people don't give respect to Oyarzabal, and which is a shame. I think Oyarzabal deserves the same respect, but I always say this. Oyarzabal plays for Real Sociedad, but I think that he would. The problem is that if he plays for a bigger team, then yeah, he would have gotten the same respect as Mbappe, Kane, Messi, Ronaldo does. But you look at Bayern Munich and Real Sociedad, it's not the same. It's not the same. Poorly executed passes from France, shots were poor. Too easy to break for Spain. Spain had everything in them, but for France, it was too difficult to open. They made the bad passes. They made the bad opportunities. They had everything, but in France, it's the opposite. It's the opposite, man. And that's what kills football, man. That's what kills football. Like you can make passes, but doesn't get anywhere. And I talk about Mbappe using Mbappe's pace properly. Simon should be man of the match. Simon should be man of the match in this game because he's made the runs, he made the sacrifices that not many goalies would do. Whenever Mbappe gets a one-on-one opportunity, it's always Simon getting that board, making the sacrifice. He makes a sacrifice because that he knows that sacrifice could easily A, eliminate him, or B, be a hero. I mean, I wouldn't take the sacrifice. I wouldn't take that sacrifice. But it is risky. Taking a sacrifice is one of the riskiest moves to make in football. But too bad that France doesn't have that mentality of taking sacrifices, because like if they made sacrifices, then the result would have been changed. Porro's like Oyarzabal in a way that he plays for a small club. And but I'm not saying this is from a Harman TV point of view that Spurs are a small club. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that for example, I said about Oyarzabal playing for Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad is a small club. We can all admit that they're not bigger than the teams like Barcelona and Spain. But he could do so much. He can do so much for big clubs. He can do so much for Bayern Munich. He can do so much for Barcelona. He can do so much for Real Madrid. If he plays at the right club. And same thing with Porro. Porro is a good defender. And he could do so much for bigger clubs like Bayern, like Barca, like Real, like PSG. He could do so much for him to win trophies. Yeah, I mean, he won the Conference League, but he could do so much of a bigger club than what he could do with the Spurs. Is Barcelona bigger than Spurs? Yes. Is Real bigger than Spurs? Yes. Is PSG bigger than Spurs? Yes. Is Bayern Munich bigger than Spurs? Yes. Is Inter Milan, AC Milan bigger than Spurs? So the rule, the unwritten rule is that you can get so much credit at a big club rather than a club like Tottenham. And that's what I'm saying, there's a new perspective video why you can't share about Tottenham. I mean, we know you hate Tottenham, yeah. But you guys have to admit that they can do so much for a big club, but they can win more trophies and get Champions League and get better opportunities if they play for a big club. But credit to Spain. I think Spain that's what I like about Spain. They used to bring in the Barças and the Reals, but they bring a mixture of bags. They bring a mixture of bags of clubs. There's don't have to be a Barca, Real. They bring from like other clubs. But massive respect to Spain, France. You can do better. But again, France can do better, but doesn't produce. Mbappe was disappointing to watch today. Could have done something really. Could have done something, but again, could have done something, but you couldn't finish it, man. Thanks for watching this video, and hit the subscribe button if you're new, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. The next video is Argentina versus England. Peace. I'm out. Underrated, man. Underrated.